Hi guys, I'm George. Welcome to the channel. Sorry there, terrible at it, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about the next shape in the pentatonic scale I think you should learn. And what I did there was I played basically a variation of a B minor chord on the 7th fret, and then the 5-string E minor chord underneath it. And then the pentatonic shape changes there. Okay, let me explain on paper real quick. Now, this lesson starts with tuning. The E string. 5th fret matches the open A string. 5th fret on the A string matches the open D. 5th fret on the D string matches the open G. However, it does not work between strings 3 and 2, and then it does work again on strings 2 and 1. If you would have, for this pattern to be 5 and 0, this note in the 5th fret is a C, you would have to tune your B string to a C, and of course if you tuned your B string to a C, the 5th fret would then become an F. You would have to tune that string to an F. We made the change to accommodate playing chords. Can you imagine playing bar chords and open chords? You may have heard me explain that in other videos. Now, I was just playing in the B minor and E minor. So this is the shape for the E minor. This is your standard... Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my camera here so the shadow. And what the pattern is, it's 2 strings in a row where there's fingers 1 and 4. There's 3 strings in a row where there's fingers 1 and 3. Your top string is the same as your bottom string, therefore it's really a 5-string pattern. Always 2 in a row with fingers 1 and 4, always 3 in a row with fingers 1 and 3, and the rest of this looks crazy. It's not that neat. And it's because of the tuning shift there. Now, I skipped this shape, and what I did was I played this shape over at the 7th fret. This was all the 7th for my B minor, and then when I changed it to my 5-string, the 5-string bar chord, your top 2 strings are now fingers 1 and 4 for that to be E minor. You have 3 strings in a row where it's fingers 1 and 3, but you'll notice string 2 is really fingers 2 and 4. There's that shift there. It's because of this tuning shift here. So when you're practicing that, understanding why the shift is there, you're going to remember where the shift is. And then your top string is always the same as your bottom string. Now, the reason that's kind of cool is because when you're playing things like 12-bar blues and you go from, your 6-string chord to your 5-string chord, you don't have to go all up and down the neck. You can just find your shape. You're already there. You just really have to adjust the pattern there for those 2 fingers. And then I think a really great example, I'm going to throw some distortion on for fun, even though this song does not call for it. When you get into things like Sultans of Swing, and real quick, the chords on this one, D minor on the 5th fret, 5-string bar chord, C, all the way down to the A. So D, C, B flat, A. At some point he goes up to the 5-string bar chord on the 8th fret, which is the F, to a C, and then at some point there's a 5 string to a 6 string. But the soloing is that pattern I showed. It's fingers 1 and 4. Second string, it's 2 and 4. And then the next, and that's really your 1 and 3 pattern for 3 strings. So 1, 3, the shift on the 3rd string. And it does cool little riffs like this. Starting on the 4th string, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the start, and it's really a slide. And I just went strings 3 and 2 there, and then using strings 2 and 1. String 2, string 3, back to string 4. Okay, I'm going to end the lesson there today. I don't want to overwhelm everybody, but it's a new shape in the pentatonic you can add to your arsenal. It's great for playing 12-bar blues. Excuse me. Billy Gibbons, Easy Top, does a lot of that because he just he doesn't go all over the neck. I like to do that for practicing. It's fun. Billy just stays in one place and he just hammers it and lays it down, and he does more with he does more staying in one place, hitting all those different chord shapes. And it is just so cool. And pentatonic scale is really about attitude. Okay, it's about attitude. It's about having fun. And when you change your attitude with it, you just start laying it down. It's awesome. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe. I'm George. Have a great day.